Hey everybody, Thomas at Shoreline Aquatics. Today I wanted to share with you guys some of the tips I have for production and breeding of ornamental fishes. And it's going to feature the Ivanacara bimaculata, which is a really, really cool dwarf cichlid that is not often seen in the hobby. So a few years ago, I was producing a lot of these, and my intent was to launch these out into the United States and distribute them, get them to you guys, so they're going to be breeding in everyone's fish room, and people are going to be sharing and enjoying these fishes. And that ultimately is what happened. But also, there's been a lot of sources that come to me for fish, and they say, Thomas, we want some more of these. And there was a while that I halted production of these fish because I thought that the rest of the world would take over on them. And so the fact is that there wasn't that many still going around. So I started to get back into production. So let me talk to you about my production of these fishes. I'm currently using 8 10-gallon tanks to produce the fish, to hold the pair, and the fry possibly for several months of their life. Here's the other side of that rack here. So in these tanks are all proven pairs. So on this rack, you can see I got 4 pairs. On the other rack, I have 1 pair that's guarding fry and another pair that had their fry removed and is ready to spawn. So right now, I have 5 pairs that are ready to spawn again. So usually after 2 or 3 weeks of being put together, I usually lower the mineral content in the water and natural acidity from some of the decaying leaves and stuff in the tank take over, and these fish spawn. And these fish are great parents. So when things are right, the babies are born and the parents will just take care of these babies and defend them, and it's just one big happy family. Some people would ask, okay, Thomas, couldn't you just pull the eggs and the fish would breed again sooner? And the answer is yes. You can get these fish to breed every 7 to 10 days. If I was just trying to go for the most insane production, I could do something like that. But there's great systematic flaws to this way of doing it. And so the way I do it now is, since the parents are taking care of their babies, and I let them take care of their babies for about a month. What I do is after about a month, I will take that pair off of their fry, and it would leave a tank of babies like this here. Why I do it this way is it stops the fish from breeding over and over so very quickly. It allows the body, especially of the female fish, to recover. So the fish are still growing, they're taking care of their fry, and after they're jumped into the new tank, usually they don't spawn again for another 3 or 4 weeks. So let's just call it a 2-month cycle of having babies and not having babies. The female in that time can keep growing and get bigger. These are all young pairs here, producing about 75 fry right now. But probably in another 6 months' time, it could be 100, 120. I've seen 180 fry from these type of fish. So these fish are going to keep improving. They're not going to regress from being bred over and over again because of the frequency is correct. And then I can breed these fish and keep this production going for several years without any issues at all. So if you guys have fish that are spawning over and over and over again, and usually they can do this because 1, the eggs are being removed, or number 2, the eggs are not being born, or the parents are eating the eggs. If the parents are eating the eggs, it's because something's happening to them. The first thing to look for every single time, if your eggs are not being born and the parents are eating the eggs, is look at your water quality. You're going to have to change your water quality and make adjustments and dial it in so your eggs are born. Now, if your fish have been laying eggs 4, 5, 6 times every week, and it's happened again and again and again for the last many, many months, what happens is those fish become very, very weak. The amount of food that you're giving to those fish to eat, their body's taking more energy out for egg production that's coming back in. What's going to happen is you're going to have eggs of those fish that aren't very good. So you could actually dial in everything correctly, but if you have a fish that's producing weak eggs at that point, it's not going to be any good. So my recommendation at that point would be to either separate the fish or create an environmental trigger. It could be a temperature change. It could be you adding more mineral content to your water that stops those fish from breeding, and let them build their health back. And then when you try to spawn them again, you could try to spawn them again with the fish in perfect health. And that way, when the fish are in perfect health, you dial in the right conditions for egg survival, and then you're going to have a happy family of fish, the parents looking after their fry, and then you can enjoy a type of system that, like you see here. A lot of these 10 gallons, they have 80 fish in there growing out. So once those fish get on fry on the other side in about a month, I'm going to pull these fish out. And they're going to go into a grow-out system, a larger grow-out system. The grow-out system, I can do high amounts of water changes. They have siphon-style drains, so work is very, very easy. I can keep them healthy, and then I can have a large amount of fish. So this was a couple different spawns of Bimaculata. It's going to be hard to see them in there because they're so small, but they recently got removed, but there's 142 in that tank. And we're talking about maybe 3 more months. Those will be sellable. You guys can buy them from me as small fish. I appreciate if you get them from me. But most places that you'll buy these fish, a lot of them are going to be produced here. So I hope you guys enjoy my video, and hopefully you guys can learn something and watch on how I'm doing it. And I hope that it helps you in some way. I'm never here to bogart information. I am always trying to support the hobby so you guys can enjoy it in the ways that I do. If you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. And if you're looking for some of the fish that I have, like the Altums or the Bimaculatas, you can find them at www.shoreline-aquatics.com. I appreciate everything you guys do for me. I wish you the best and happy fish keeping.